Peace, love, and light to all the viewers tuning in right now. Um, Quick disclaimer, man, my content is for educational purposes only. Praise my content. If in the event you find error, inform me and I'll correct it. No ego, no fussing. None of us have been alive long enough to know all that transpired in the past, and none of us can live long enough to know all there is to learn. With that being stated, man, listen, this video, I'm going to title it Ego versus Higher Self. This is a video strictly for the younger brothers and sisters out there here in Wilmington, Delaware, man. Anywhere, you know what I mean? But I'm doing it for the younger brothers and sisters here because this is where I'm from. But it's anybody anywhere, if this video resonate with you and the things I'm about to talk about hit home, hey man, it's for you too. So basically, man, I'm gonna get on into it. Ego versus higher self, man. Excuse me. The reason why I'm making this video, man, is because, man, again, those of you who have watched, my content and or are up to date with the videos that I've done thus far, then I spoke about some of the issues I faced in my past, growing up in the city, you know what I mean? And I know it's a lot of other younger individuals, grow up in a single parent home, things ain't the best, and it's easy to fall into the temptations of, the things that's transpiring out there, young men and women alike, man. It's a pull and it's a tug at you to get involved in getting at this paper. You know what I mean? The only thing I want to do is just give you the flip side to balling. Because I'll be the first. And for one thing, I ain't gonna never argue with is the truth. I can remember when I was a young cat. And the allure, that you see in the street. You see individuals, with pockets full, or that demonstration just lets you know that it's plenty of paper behind them. You know what I mean? And you know exactly what they've been doing to get it. And your personal situation is one where as though your self-esteem is being affected by you not being able to have certain things that other people are fortunate enough to have through whatever means. And the first part I'm gonna tackle is, man, that it's either it's in you or it ain't, man. People, it's a lot of people that can dress themselves up, man, and look apart, but not walk the part. It's easy to hide behind material possessions and things of that nature. And this ain't no knock to nobody that got it. You dig what I'm saying? If the shoe don't fit, don't put the motherfucker on your feet. Real simple, man. Again, this is going toward the youth, those that are in the positions, whereas though they only got one parent in the home, and that parent got to work, and things just ain't coming up all the way right. The best thing I could tell you, man, is, don't lose sight of your creativeness, your individuality, your uniqueness. See, the thing about you is it's only one you. When you came out the womb, it was a one of one. Ain't nobody else gonna be who or what you are. You got to use that to your advantage. What are you good at? What are the things that you do that bring joy and happiness to you on an internal level? 9 times out of 10, those are some of the things that you can scale and monetize on whatever level and make some money, because, contrary to, popular opinion or, the movies and, all that fraudulent shit, man. And ain't no elevator rides to the top, man. Everybody got to take the stairs, man. And for those that get them elevator rides, man, easy come, easy go. In a lot of those instances, and this ain't to take away from, because see, as a youngster, it's a lot that you don't know. I mean, shit, I'm 45, and it's a lot of things I'm just now learning. Because Jay-Z said it the best in the 444 album. We wasn't given the tools. The tools was purposely and successfully held from us. The only difference about now is that a lot of the information is accessible to us now. You don't necessarily have to have, a mentor or a life coach, or anything of that nature, you know what I mean? Because all you got to do is be able to access the information. And I'm talking about even in the inner cities, where the conditions in the home is like decrepit, or they just, less than desirable, whatever way you want to, dress that up. Everybody know their own situation. I only know mine. But even in those instances, I ain't seen too many young people that ain't got no phone. The problem is that a lot of times, they utilizing their time and their energy focused in the wrong direction. You basically got a library, in your hand. You got a computer in your hand. You able to learn things that you don't have to take hours, and days and weeks or months to learn things. You can go right to the source of information and get, what those of us that still read books have to read an entire book, to get certain aspects of knowledge. But basically the point I'm pushing at y'all is this. And this is one of the things that I've been doing, and it's been seeming to work, man. Focus on your talents and your gifts. What are you good at? If you can cook real good, man, start practicing. Start practicing, man. If you got a couple hours, man, go ahead and, go to the grocery store, man, and practice on making some things that people will buy, And then, go ahead and test and measure that thing. You know what I mean? Go ahead and, give out a couple little samples or whatever. You know what I mean? And that's how you're going to know the type of reception you'll get. Then all you really got to do is look at how the stores is priced. Look at all these Arabs and Indians and all these foreigners that's in the hood extracting our money and ain't putting shit back in our communities. Look at how they pricing things that they sell. Undercut them. Undercut them. You see what I'm saying? And sell your shit, sell your product, or provide your service, whatever the case, and just enough, and just the same amount, if not more, depending on what you can stand to do, of the quantity that they're providing for a lesser price. And advertise your stuff. You know what I mean? Let everybody know, look, man, I got such and such, man. I'm selling such and such. You know what I mean? Support the grind, man. I'm trying, You see, the good thing about being honest and truthful is, man, the truth is going to work for you. Yo, man, I'm just trying not, I'm trying to, I'm trying to do things right, man. I ain't trying to be out there selling drugs or robbing nothing, doing this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? And I'm just trying to, make a way for myself doing something productive and positive, man. People going to support that, man. You'd be surprised how many people will be surprised to hear that come out your mouth. You dig what I'm saying, man? And it ain't nothing to feel like no punk or no faggot about. You know what I mean? Because you're not doing what everybody else doing. You the only one live within your skin 24/7. You see what I'm saying? And that brings me to my next topic, topic to discuss as it relates to this subject. When you get those little, feelings, I call it my spidey sense, because your inner self is going to talk to you, man. Call it what you want to call it. But the inner you is going to talk to you. It's going to let you know. Even if you don't hear the voice, but you feel the feeling, and the feeling translates through the same way that words would. Oh, this ain't right, man. I don't feel right about this. Don't go against your gut, man. If you don't feel right about doing something, man, don't sacrifice your dignity and your integrity to be accepted by some cats that, come on, man. Come on, man. I'm just saying, because like I know, a lot of times, man, being in it is what it is. Whoever don't like me telling the truth about it, it is what it is, man. A lot of people that's in that game and that's getting that money, you know what I mean? I'm just saying those who the shoe fit, it fit. If it don't, then let it fly. But I just know in my experience, man, a lot of times, man, cats was more, preoccupied with utilizing me for their gain as opposed to looking out for my interests. Don't be the one that's in the box or down there at turnkey, and you was sacrificing, putting everything on the line for a cat that ain't even walking the path of a boss. That's going to go ahead and make the sacrifices and go to the bail's bondsman and pull you. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? So, like, especially if your family is going to put a hardship on a man that, you got to think about all that shit before you do the shit you do. It's just the facts, man. You know what I mean? And like I was saying, as it relates to, going against your gut, man. When you get those vibes, those vibrations and those frequencies, that's letting you know, look, this ain't it. Go with your gut, man. Go with your gut, man. Because see, the thing that you might want to, smoke over a little bit is this. Say, hypothetically, you get jammed up and you end up having to do a ACE. ACE meaning a year, or, something like, say it's an ACE. Let's go with the bottom number. In a year's time, if you were doing the things that you needed to do, making your plans every night before you go to bed, write you down a to-do list for the next day. If you got 5, 6 things on a list and you complete 3 or 4, that was a success. You put a couple bricks up toward the wall or the structure that you're trying to build. And you do that every day, man, before you look up, man. You know what I mean? You're gonna be close. You're gonna be close as a mug. You're gonna be close to your goal, if not already have achieved it. But if you go ahead and go against your gut, and what it equates to is you living for somebody else, putting somebody else over and above yourself and your own well-being. And then you got to think about the trauma that it's going to put your folks through. Like, especially if you got a single mother, that's, your mother's the only one doing it at the crib. You see what I'm saying? It's going to hurt her, man. You know what I mean? You got to think about this type stuff, man. And it's just important, man. And I don't think enough of us is giving out this proper message, man, because, a lot of cats, instead of them, they'll put I heard a lot of people say, they'll put the shirts on, RIP, this, that, and the other, get the balloons and all that, but they won't say, yo, my man, this ain't it. Don't go down that street. Don't go down that road. I know where that road go. I've been there. You see what I'm saying? And I got a lot of friends that ain't here because they went down that road. Why don't you go ahead and chill here? Take this couple of hours. Go ahead on. You all right, man? What you need, man? Take this couple of hours. Go do what you got to do, or take this couple of hours for now. And what I want you to do is I want you to put together a business plan. Not a full-fledged, official, grown-up, full-blown business plan, but I'm talking about an idea that you can structure, you know, and bring it to me when you get it done. Look me up, you know what I mean? Here go my number, holla at me. And what I'll do is, you know, make a couple of them. And whichever one I like the best, man, I'll go ahead and fund it. You see what I'm saying? And get you started off making your own money, you know, instead of, you know, running out here trying to get a job. Give me a job, boss. Please, boss. Please. And the world is changing, man. You know, people was hip. You know what I mean? People was becoming hip to what's happening, man. You know. Black Man's Labor, White Man's Wealth. It's a book by that name. You dig what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Ain't nobody helping us. Ain't nobody ever helped us. History is best qualified through research. I couldn't remember that statement in my last video. But yeah, man, all you got to do is just not the stuff that they teaching you in the curriculums, man, because they only giving you the narrative that they want you to know that supports their power structure and the mental inferiority complex that it gives us as it relates to them. That ain't what I'm talking about, man, because that's the illusion. That's the illusion that's been helping them perpetuate what they've been perpetuating for the last, you know, almost 500 years. You know, when the fact is that we the secret. We the secret. You know what I mean? You focus on me, and that's another thing, man. You know, you gotta really, like, you know, I ain't saying it got to be me. I ain't saying it's me at all. What I am saying is, man, we got plenty of living scholars, or even those that are no longer living physically in this third dimensional realm, that have plenty of documentation online. Look them up, man, and start learning. They give you plenty of book references, man. You can go get that book, you know, and enlighten yourself, man, because and Hidden Colors is another good one, man. Start with number one. Don't skip them. If you ain't seen Hidden Colors, go get the number one John first. Check that out. You might have to look at it a few times for it to really set in on you, man, because, like, again, man, you can't expect for those that have conquered us and exploit us in every way imaginable to give you an accurate depiction of who and what you are or what you come from. So listen, man, like, you know, just to take it a step further, man, like, you know, yeah, man, like, you know, ships and planes. I heard this analogy once before. I can't remember who I heard it from. I think it was Earl Nightingale. He's another one you can look up. And he give up some jewels, man. He said that, you know, a plane, what do you call them? The pilot has a set destination that he's going to, that they're traveling to, that they're taking the occupants of the plane to. And before they take off, they do a check. Then when they land, they got to do another check. That's why I came up with the, you know, with the idea of, before you go to sleep, man, make your to-do list for the next day. You know, and when you get done running around, you know, doing what you got to do, checking off the list one by one, you know, even if you don't complete the list, you know, as long as you complete at least half of the list, you know, that day was a success to one degree or another. If you complete the list, then it was an absolute success because you did what you set out to do that day. You know, shit don't just happen like this, man. You know, everybody get a turn, man. You know what I mean? But you know, on top of that, man, you know, you don't know what's meant for you. You don't know what's coming your way, man. But you know what I mean? When that ego, getting back to the name of the video, when that ego, you know, get the piping up, you know what I'm talking about? And, you know, smacking the higher self around, because you already know that certain things ain't right for you to do. But when you get to, you know, succumbing to that ego, Man, fuck that. I want this. I want that. How come I'm the only one that ain't got nothing? Everybody always talking slick about my sneaks, about my gear. Man, listen. The clothes wear you. You don't wear the clothes, man. You know what I mean? The clothes you got on don't dictate who and what you are as a person. So don't fall into that either. And then you gotta reevaluate those that's really like talking slick to you about what you ain't got. Because anybody can fall on hard times or be doing bad. But it doesn't, I don't give a damn what the circumstances is. It doesn't dictate who you are as a person. Only you can allow that to be your reality. So, man, don't fall for it, man, because, once they got you and you in there, man, it's a big game, man. Don't be the butt of their joke. You know what I mean? Don't, you know what I mean? It's like, you got to understand, man, the reason why they got so many jails and why we the majority of the bodies in the jails is because we Aboriginal. I've been telling you that, man. Our people was here before any of the colonizers got here. That's why we can't be deported nowhere. It's also why they changed. Look at the Dawes. What is that? The consensus in the Dawes Act and all that. Where they changed, our ethnic heritage on paper to Negro, black, colored to get around, our Aboriginal status. Allowed, Europeans of all different backgrounds, ethnic backgrounds, German, Irish. You see, that's the real shit right there. But they allowed them cats to become Indians on paper for $5. Call them $5 Indians, man. So, I mean, I'm just touching on that briefly, man, because things, like I said, as a youngster, man, it's a lot of things you don't know about what's really going on, And then the media, and these rappers, and I ain't knocking nobody for, but at the end of the day, man, you got to give them the real deal, man. Like, shout out to Master P, because P always give it up funky, man. Nip was giving it up funky too before he, his untimely demise. It's important, man, that anybody that has a platform or, anything of this stature or beyond, get a real picture up, man. You know what I mean? Because that, you gotta understand what it does, man, to a younger individual, man, that really don't know what time of day it is, because we all been, the way society is set up, man, is they, they miseducating us, man, and they keeping the real deal under wraps. Because if they educate you on what they know, then how can they maintain dominance over you? That's just like another analogy I could use is, you and your mans, y'all getting money together. Excuse me. He end up running across a connect, and now his money spend longer.